And we all know we should never talk badly about our family and friends. We should never gossip about them. We need to keep them close to our hearts and we need to show them respect. So let's not use that red flag at all. Refusal to compromise. In life, life itself is a compromise. We need to compromise. If you don't compromise, nobody's going to get their way. Nobody's going to get what they want. So you must compromise. You must be able to compromise, okay? Let's do that. I think the whole world would be a whole lot better off if we compromise a little bit. Substance abuse. Don't abuse anything. I don't care whether it's food, cigarettes, alcohol, marijuana, drugs, anything. Don't abuse it. We even have a tendency to abuse water. Let's not do that either. And let's not abuse our animals. Let's keep our animals safe. Let's see. Being secretive. I know in my last relationship, excuse me, don't need the added noise from other people in the household watching their TVs and watching their blogs and whatever they're watching. But being secretive, I was secretive with my last relationship because I felt like I had to be to keep any part of me. But eventually I even lost that. I mean, he just took it all. He knocked all of that out of me. Emotionally unavailable, and at that point I became emotionally unavailable. I had no love, care for him. Um, when he had his heart attack, all I wanted was for him to die. I had no desire to be around him. I wanted nothing to do with him. But unfortunately, I stayed with him too long to the point that he turned me into a prostitute. A 60-year-old, 65-year-old prostitute. Can you imagine? That was not a fun life for me. It was terrible. It was miserable. Um, I even believe one of my children saw me online, and it just breaks my heart that anybody would know what I did because I hated myself for what I was doing. But I was doing it thinking I was saving my marriage. That was no marriage to save. There was nothing there. There was no substance to that marriage. If there was substance to that marriage, he would not have wanted me to become a prostitute after being married 30. Oh, we 15 years and he started prostituting me out. So, you know, that's not a life anybody should have to lead. And I'm glad I'm out of it. And I am now, I feel like I have some emotion to share with people, but not with him. Lack of trust. Oh, yeah. Lack of trust. I had no trust for of him. I did not trust that if he said he was going to fly to the moon, no, not going to happen. When I first met him, if he told me that he was going to fly to the moon, I'd believe him. I mean, he was so full of shit. And I was so gullible. I just cannot believe I was so gullible. Not anymore. I'm a new person. I'm finding myself. I'm finding the person within, the little girl within. Because the little girl was lost a long time ago. She was lost back in her teenage years when she had to take care of her brother and her sister and help mom with things. I lost my childhood. I didn't really have a teenage life. I had a little bit. Mom did try to make sure that I had some life, but it wasn't that much of a life for a teenager. Um, Living through a divorce and caring for her siblings and herself. But I did it. Guilt trip you. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah. My ex guilt tripped me all the way. It was my fault. His penis didn't work. It was my fault that that didn't work. My fault. If this broke, that broke. He never did anything wrong, never made a mistake. It was always mine. And I bared the brunt of it. But no more. No one will ever, ever put blame on me for something they did. Not going to happen. Putting you down. Oh, yeah. I remember. I remember. Oh, Lord, have mercy, please. I try to forget these things, but they're there. They used to tell me, "You're so fat, your stomach sticks out past your boobs. Nobody ever wants you. You're so fat and ugly." And then the next day, "Oh, honey, you're so beautiful. You do everything right." Da 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 da. So full of bullshit. So full of bullshit. I just, I don't know why I stuck with it so long, other than I loved my children and I was hoping I was making a better life for them than I had. But I realize now I didn't. I made a bad life choice. I should never have stayed with him. I should have protected my children better. I should have. And I know that and I realize that and I hope my children can understand where I'm coming from. Anger. Anger does. It makes you feel unsafe. And I did. I felt unsafe with him every time he showed his anger. The last time he showed his anger, I don't know if any of you have ever seen the movie The Devil's Advocate with Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino. The faces some of those devils had is what I saw when he was trying to choke me. I saw the devil. That was the first time I had ever seen the true man that I married. And I had to get away from it. It scared me so badly that I had to get away. And I am so glad I did because I feel so much stronger, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally. 2 days ago, I couldn't have done this. I couldn't have talked like this. Every day is a new challenge. Every day is a new day. I wake up every day thinking, hallelujah, it's going to be great. I'm going to have a good day. And I'm going to have positive encounters with people. I'm no longer going to think everything's going to be a negative experience. I'm going to look at everything as a possible positive experience. That's the way it should be. That's the way life should be. Sexual dysfunction. Yeah, that was our issue. My ex had sexual dysfunction. Couldn't get it up. Couldn't get it to work. Therefore, he would take it out on me. It would be my fault. I had to do something to make it work. So his idea for me to make it work was for me to have sex with other guys. I thought, okay, I'll give it a try. It might work. It worked for about 10 years and then it stopped working. I told him I'm done with it because what we would do before was if I had sex with a guy, then he and I would go have sex. And it got to the point that I'd have sex, we didn't. 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 I finally said, no more. That's when we got into the fight. That's when he decided he was going to try to kill me. Put his hands around my neck till I peed my pants and almost passed out. And I did pass out. And I heard my mother yell, stop acting like children. My 97-year-old mother was in the house when he was trying to kill me. And if she had not hollered, y'all, stop acting like children, I wouldn't be here to talk to you today. Thank God for my mother. And on that note, she's finishing up her nebulizer and needing to do her inhaler. So I'm going to go help her out with that. And you and I will chat again, or I'll talk to you later. Peace and love to all.